Hey guys, welcome back to another Dimension X digital toy review, and I have something today that I'm super stoked to look at. I've been looking forward to this ever since it was announced, and I had to do some really shady shit to find it. It was a nightmare to get, but I finally have it in my hands and we're going to look at it today. So I met up with some guy, he said he had one. I paid a freaking arm and a leg for it, but I wanted to do a video on it so bad, so I have the new Transformers G1 Soundwave reissue figure, and here it is. I'm so freaking stoked. I have been waiting for this, and I cannot wait to open this up. Soundwave has always been my favorite character from Transformers, and I've never had a nice mint condition G1 version, so I cannot wait to open this up and take a close look at it. Like I said, I had to do some shit to get this, so I hope you guys appreciate it. So, I mean, it paid off, though. Here it is, and let's open them up. Well, let's look at the pack. Oh, I can't wait. Let's just open it up. So, let's see. Oh, there's no tape on it. Okay, that's weird. All right. Okay. What the hell's that for? Well, here it is. It's a little different than I remember. I mean, it shouldn't be, since these are reissues. They're supposed to be exactly the same. It doesn't even transform. Did I get taken for a ride? I think I messed up, guys. I mean, this looks kind of cool and all, but it doesn't transform. I don't think this is real. I think this guy took advantage of me. I think I'm out a couple $100. I'm stuck with this. Is this rubber? This rubber figure? I mean, there's even pieces missing. Damn it. Can't believe it. You guys have no idea how much money I spent on this. I was so excited. I barely looked at it. I pretty much ripped it out of the guy's hands, threw it in my car, got home, and had started to shoot this video. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There's something over here. What? Here it is. No, I'm just messing around with you guys. No, I actually, no, I actually have a real one. I actually have two. This one I picked up for a buddy who was on the fence about getting one, and I said, well, if I can get more than one, I'm just going to get you one, and you can, if you want it, you can have it. If not, I'll trade it or sell it, whatever. But yes, I do actually have these. To get them, I did have to do a little bit of work. I got on BrickSeek, checked the UPC code. It was around 1 in the morning when it refreshed, and they had been scanned into a Walmart across town from me. So, being the person I am, I set an alarm for 6 in the morning, got about 3 hours of sleep, woke up, went all the way down there, and there was actually a couple guys waiting. And then a bunch of course, the usual old men looking for Hot Wheels. I swear, if you collect toys and you go to a store when they open to try to get the jump on stuff, there is always going to be at least 3 to 4 old men in their 50s to 70s who are there specifically looking for Hot Wheels. My first job I ever had, I stocked shelves at Target. And this was like going on 20 years ago. And there were a couple old dudes that would bribe our store manager to let them in early just so they could rifle through our Hot Wheels boxes at 6 a.m. before we opened at 8. You know, collectors are interesting people. But no, BrickSeek had it in stock at this particular Walmart. I was one of 3 guys there looking for them. We get in the store, nothing. Not on the shelves, nothing. And of course, it's 7 a.m. I totally understand, but the employee we asked, I mean, you could tell he probably hadn't had his morning coffee yet. He did not care. He said they didn't have them. He was not willing to help at all. So, of course, like I said, I had about 3 hours of sleep. I was super stoked to get this, and I was like, no, I know it's here. I'm gonna get one. So I actually found a floor manager, and she was way more helpful. She was super cool. She went in the back and actually found the box, and they had 6 of them. So if you're wondering, 6 per case. It looks like 1 case per store right now. So if you want one, get on Brickseek. I'll put the UPC and the SKU in the description of the video so you can look for it for yourself, and hopefully you guys can get one, because I don't think these are going to sit on the shelves like the Optimus. Soundwave is the Boba Fett of Star Wars. He is super cool and a huge fan base. Like, so if you want one, you're going to have to do some legwork or probably pay secondary market prices. But I actually have one open. I opened it up, put on the decals and all that. So we'll just look at this one. This is the one I picked up for my friend. But we'll look at it so you can see what it looks like in the package. We have this beautiful, you know, just like it was 1980s artwork. Love this design. Love this whole style. Love that it has purple, my favorite color. You know, of course, why do you think I like Decepticons so much? But yeah, so you have the tape recorder right here, you have buzzsaw right here, and this beautiful art, and then the transforming steps on the top, and it is that simple. On the side we have you know, the figures in both robot and alt mode, and then of course this awesome design. And I will never get over this Optimus. I love the way this Optimus looks. If I ever get another Transformers tattoo, I'm thinking it might be this. I love this design. I don't know why. It's almost like a 1950s Japanese robot alien movie design. I mean, obviously Japanese, but I just love it. I love the way this Optimus looks. Don't ask me why. Then of course you have the power readings for both Soundwave and Buzzsaw, and the same stuff on the side here. So let's get rid of this. And here's the actual tape cassette. I put the decals on. I did this one a little crooked. Oh well, it wouldn't be a Transformers figure without a couple crooked decals, am I right? So in the packaging, you're going to get this Buzzsaw. I have him in here, but he, as you saw, he is sitting in the tray. And then you do get a couple missiles here, the jets for the Buzzsaw once you transform him, and then the gun and the shoulder rockets, which are on the figure, and we'll get to those. And then you have the instruction manual, which, where did that go? Oh, here it is. You're also going to get your instruction manual and the decals. Like I said, I already did the decals, but the instruction manual is real nice and simple. Has all your steps for the cassette, and on the other side it's going to have how to put the cassette in, how to do his weapons, and then the Buzzsaw transformation, and where to put your decals. So rather than bore you guys with 10 minutes of me meticulously putting decals on the figure, I just did it already. So yeah, whatever, I'll put that in later. So let's take a look at this. So I mean, this is like it's not a car like a lot of, you know, Transformers will be, but that's what makes Soundwave so cool. I mean, this looks like a legit cassette recorder, complete with little working side buttons here, volume dials, the eject button, and you know, it's just so damn cool. It even has a belt clip on the back, you know, like like you would have on your Walkman back then. You know, it's just so cool. And a lot of people, I'll take them out now, because a lot of people, if you've never handled a G1 Soundwave, you might, you know, because like when you have the Optimus Prime figure, he has his hands and stuff, and those don't have anywhere to go. Those are kind of like put onto the figure after it's transformed, so you always have to have him like in a baggie or a safe space so you don't lose it. But his shoulder cannon and gun are actually, let's see if I can pop this up easy. So this pops off, and they're actually the batteries for the figure. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. Oh wow, it even has the same imprint in there, 1974 and 1983. Unbelievable. So cool. So pop that back on, and he is a super simple transform, and that's another great thing about him. Not overly complicated. It's not 15, 20, 30 steps. It's like 6. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pop his legs down, and they're nice, and they're so nice and clicky. There you go, nice and solid. You're going to rotate him forward. You're going to swing his arms out like this. He's got little slides down here, and they're going to slide his hands down. There we are. Make sure we're still in focus. You're going to pop his head, rotate him, and then you got to get his feet down, and his feet are die cast, so nice and hefty, very sturdy. So then you're going to get your, let me see, get your shoulder cannon. Pop that up here. And then pull out your gun. And you're going to need one of your missiles here. Let's get that. Just sticks right in. And there you go. The only thing that sucks about the whole missile thing is that it doesn't shoot. There's no spring in here, but it does have like a little trigger just to release it. But they don't shoot. So then you can stick that into his hand. Oops, there we go. And there you are. Whoops, the decals are coming off. And there's your transformed Soundwave. Look at that. Just a perfect G1 transformer. Just the coolest design ever. And super blocky, solid feeling. I love the joints that do his, yeah, his well, you can bend his knees forward but not back, but he does have you can move his arms here and here, so you can kind of swivel them too. You can always kind of cheat your transformers a little bit to make them a little more dynamic than they actually are. But you know, it's a G1, so you're not looking at crazy articulation, but that, I mean, there's just such a charm to the original line. You know, I mean, you can put this next to the Siege Siege figure, or the Power of the Primes figure, or even the Masterpiece figure, and while those are beautiful and infinitely more posable and more accurate to, like, you know, the animation and stuff like that, you just cannot beat this blocky, solid design. You know, it's just too perfect. And so let's see, let's pop out Buzzsaw and transform him real quick. So first thing you're going to do is these here on the bottom here kind of pop up. You're going to kind of swivel his wings out here, and the head is a little the head's a little kind of weird, like it can pop right out, trust me. I've done it a couple times, but the head kind of pivots forward, and then you can kind of raise his head up right here. So there he is. And then let's get those kind of jets for him. These things are a pain in the ass to get out of the packaging, by the way. There we go. Then you just have to figure out what side they're going on. I think, yeah, like that. And then that pops in right there. And there you go. That's your fully transformed buzzsaw right there. And no, and they did, supposedly they did have a laser beak. The laser beak and the Ravage cassette pack available as well. Like I said, I showed up at 7 o'clock, drove across town on 3 hours of sleep, and kind of went through a nightmare just to get this as it was. And I did not stick around to see if they would pull those out of the back, because they, according to Brickseek, they had those as well. I did not feel like spending another 30 or whatever minutes it was going to be, so I booked it. However, there was one of the other two guys there. One of them, I feel bad for him. If he sees this video, hopefully he goes back, because of the three of us, two of us left with what we wanted. And the other guy, he kind of, I don't know if he was on a time crunch or what, but he took off and he left empty-handed. But the other one was a little more persistent, like I was, and we actually walked out with our figures. So yeah, if Brickseek says they have them, they have them. Trust me. You just kind of might have to twist our arm a little bit and tell them, hey, I want to spend money at your store. And these are $50 each. You know, they're not cheap old $10, $15, $20 toys. You know, you got to tell them, I want to spend money in your store, and you got to help me do that. So yeah, I will put the UPC and the SKU in the description. So Brickseek is going to be your friend for these guys, because they are not going to sit on shelves. At least I don't think they will. You know, Soundwave is always a popular character, and I would not be surprised if this does not see the clearance bin like the Optimus. Optimus you can find right now for $25, by the way. He started off at $50 too, but I don't know. I mean, if you're a big Optimus fan, I'm not gonna laugh at you for spending $50 on the reissue. If you've never had a G1 Optimus and you've always wanted one, and hey, you know, I mean, once they did go down to that $35 and then now $25 clearance, I mean, they're gone. You know, they flew out at $35. So if you got one, awesome. I'm happy for you. I couldn't spend 50 on Optimus. I've had Optimus before. It's a great figure, don't get me wrong, but Soundwave has always been my guy, so I was more than willing to spend a little money on him. And like I said, I don't think he's ever going to see a clearance bin. So there you go, guys. I mean, whoops. So yeah, if you are thinking about getting the Soundwave reissue, I say get it. It's fantastic. It feels very solid. It feels sturdy. It's exactly like it should be. Yeah, I'm super stoked. I've never had a nice mint G1 Soundwave, and so now I can finally, that itch has been scratched. I can scratch it off my bucket list. Yeah, is it an original? No. Would anyone be able to tell? No. I don't care. So, like I said, I open my figures, you know. So this sitting on the shelf is no different than if I spent hundreds of dollars on a mint in box and opened it up. So yeah, I'm more than happy to have this. So definitely, guys, go out and get this guy. He is awesome. So yeah, that about does it. You know, what more can I say? It's fantastic. I really hope maybe we'll get a reissue Megatron, but we all know that will never happen. Not with the gun mode. It's not gonna happen. So anyways, that's that. But yeah, so and I did find this. I found this. I thought I'd do it on camera. There's a Netflix show. It's a stop motion animation show called Ryakuma and Cairo, or Karu. Yeah, and it's funny because it's definitely more adult oriented. It's about it's like existentialism, midlife crisis kind of stuff about this this young Japanese woman who works in an office, and she's kind of in a slump in her life, and she just happens to have these two little stuffed bears and a little bird that live with her, and the bears are stuffed like toys, but they walk and move and kind of make little noises. Then the bird is real. The bird's supposed to be real. It's not a toy, but it's this really charming show, and it's funny. Even though it's, like I said, it's definitely more aimed towards adults. My kids love it. My 2.5-year-old and my 7-year-old will watch it all the time, and me and my wife really like it. It's just a really nice kind of cool, calm show. It's one of my kids' favorite kind of bedtime shows. Okay, throw your my son just calls it the bears, so put on the bears and go to sleep, because but no, it's cool. And so when I was at GameStop picking up that Michelangelo's Batman figure, they had the little Japanese capsule machine, so and they had the bears in it, so I was like, oh my god, they actually have merch for this. So yeah, so I got a couple. I got 2 for my kids, and then one to sit on my desk here. But I thought I'd do it on camera because they're actually pretty cool. So they're I think you pay $2.99 for a token. The machines take these special tokens, and so you put the token in, you turn the thing, and this pops out. And so it looks like you're just getting a bear head, but in actuality, it's an actual full figure. So you just have to kind of peel this off, and I think there's some serrated edges. So you just find where those are, peel those off. There's 2 layers for some reason. They're very okay. And then the other ones go this way. So then you crack the head open. Got a little warning in it. So then you put the head back together. Put the head back together. There you go. And then the rest of the pieces are in this in these little bags. So just rip them open. Got an ear. Hold on. Let's make life easy. I was always taught to work smarter, not harder. I sometimes remember that rule. So you're gonna find your ears, what side to go in. Pops in there. It's my other one. There it is. Pop in there. Pop his little body on. And then the little chick sits up there. I can't remember the bird's name. But there you go. So that's pretty cool. It's like a really obscure show that like you never would get merchandise for. So I was like, hey, for $3, hell yeah, you know, it will sit nice with my little my Gudetama back there. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so if you're looking for one of these, if you're a fan of the show, check out GameStop, and you can probably find these. So yeah, they're like $2.99, and then it's like $3.06 after tax. I think you pay for the token and you use the machine. But I thought this was really cool, so I wanted to wait and do it on camera with you guys, just so you guys could kind of take a look at it. But yeah, so that yesterday was a nice little day. Picked this up, picked that up, and picked up that Michelangelo, which I posted the review up last night. So yeah, definitely a cool weekend. Very expensive weekend, but hey, what are you gonna do? So anyways, guys, I guess that about does it for this episode. There's really not much on the horizon that I'm looking forward to now that I got this, and then and that Mikey. So right now, I think the most recent thing, we're still waiting on that Imposter Roy, but according to NECA, those aren't even going to be hitting target till August. So probably won't be doing a new video until Friday. We'll do another episode of Free It Friday if I can find something cool to open. So yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe if you feel so inclined to do. And happy hunting out there. Take care.